This is DNN. Definitely not news. One letter better than CNN, and there's nothing they can do about it. For anyone who wants to know, it turns out that the reason I was looking particularly cadaverous last week was because I had a liver infection. It's gone now, so I'm pretty happy about that. Now, on with some headlines that are worth mocking, and you'll see why. A two-legged dog in Ohio named Lieutenant Dan is a finalist to be the next Cadbury Bunny. So, they're going to give this dog a bunny hat and pretend it's cute even though it's been horribly maimed. And better prize the legs. Senator Lucidio ordered to take sexual harassment sensitivity training after allegedly sexually harassing women during sexual harassment sensitivity training. So, does he have more of a do what I say, not as I do kind of a teaching method? Or do you think maybe they just simply picked the very worst person for that training? I mean, needs examples, everyone knows. In Kyrgyzstan, women's march against male violence attacked by masked men. Considering that there's a lot more of the women there than the men, I'm going to assume that those men got beaten senseless for it. I hope they did anyway. In Guyana, on the tip of South America, there's an election going on, and the U.S. is just kind of said, we're worried about election fraud. The problem with that, in my opinion, is it's like pot calling kettle black. I mean, in recent news, it was better at knowing about electoral fraud than the Americans. Maybe the Russians? Who knows? The Guardian asks if it's ever acceptable for a feminist to hire a cleaner. Because doing it yourself for yourself is supposedly the way things go, or because just trying to stir up trouble. In Delhi, New Delhi, it's just Delhi, a girlfriend on Valentine's Day taunts her boyfriend for not having a bike, so he steals 8 of them. That's right, fella. The best way to prove your worth to a woman is to commit multiple felonies and make sure she knows it's you so that she can get a reward for turning you in. Very smart. The ancient sword of the Meth King in New Zealand was found by cops during a routine traffic stop. Also, they found a lot of meth. Does this sound like an item from the World of Warcraft? Ancient sword of the Meth King. +5. -20 to intelligence, apparently. A blind man fails a British citizenship test after being denied the use of Braille. Do you think the officials simply did not believe that he was blind? Or there's something else going on? In California, a woman watered a fake plant that she bought for 2 years before she figured out that it was plastic. How does someone not notice a plastic plant compared to a real one? Gee, why won't it grow? Game turned with this girl must have had a passive perception of like -5. In Mumbai, a girl at home with her boyfriend jumps out of the window as her mother walks in and breaks her leg. I wonder, how scary was this lady? The girl had to run away from her. I mean, she wasn't doing anything wrong. In the case of pandering gone wild, Shell will become She Will with an apostrophe. Shield. For the International Women's Day celebration. Are they going too far with trying to be other people, or is this appropriate? As a guy, I have no idea. Tell me in the comments what you think of that. The Fair Work Commission senior official is under fire for scantily clad figurines in his office. What's wrong with having figurines? We're getting way too sensitive now. In British Columbia, a couple got fined for banging pots and pans in their own home. You see what I mean about really sensitive people? I mean, if I can't be loud in my own house, what's going on there? No, it wasn't me. I live on the Atlantic coast. A man nearly killed in a savage attack is sentenced for starting the violence that led to it. So when he wakes up, the doctor's like, well, I have good news and bad news. For the bad news, let me introduce you to Officer Spanky, or whatever his name might be. New York University law video teaching about copyright was removed by YouTube for copyright infringement. What does that say about their research methods? And what does that say about the overall quality of the video if you can't even get that whole thing right? This hurts my brain. You can tell by the little bit of a brain problem I just had there. Anyway. A masked man steals 5 toy guns from a property in Edinburgh. On another episode of the world's dumbest criminals we can find. There. We have a guy who breaks into your house, sees that there are car keys, jewelry, money, and expensive things for sale, and he steals toy guns. Not a very bright guy. But hey, at least he didn't do anything else wrong that could have been more important. A man escapes quarantine to go skiing, breaks a femur, and ends up in the hospital. The doctor, during the admitting process, was like, weren't you just here? Washington Examiner's top editor orders staff not to write negative stories about Fox News. Goodbye, freedom of the press. Nice while it lasted. I mean, sure, most people insult Fox News for, what they do. But what's wrong with being insulted? Check the comments on my previous videos. I let people insult me. Problem is, if I haven't met them, their insults mean nothing, because I have no idea why they should mean something. Let's see. In India, cops take a seized SUV for a joyride, but the owner tracks the car and locks them inside for 3 hours. Can you imagine if they had to get other cops to rescue them, how embarrassing that might be? I'd love to see video of that. The man who flirts with a juror in a baby murder case prompts a mistrial. Ugh. First of all, why would you as a juror accept a baby murderer's flirtation in the first place? And second of all, does this mean that in order to get out of something that I do wrong, all I have to do is flirt with the jury? Too bad it won't work for me. Apparently, according to the comments, I'm not as attractive as I could be. So, I'm screwed. Good thing I don't break the law. A family accidentally buys 2,300 toilet paper rolls prior to the national supermarket sellout. Do you think this was at a Costco or one of those other big bulk stores? I assume that everyone else knows that you could buy 20-year supply of anything there. Apparently these people proved me right. Adidas launches footwear research into space so it can make better sneakers. Well, if they're trying to make space shoes, shouldn't they make gloves too? Because, well, gravity doesn't really exist in space. CNBC's Rick Santelli suggests giving everyone coronavirus to spare the economy. You know, I'm all for it, as long as he's the first one in line to get infected. William Shatner gets a bunch of horse semen in a divorce settlement. Wife gets the Kentucky home. Now this is a very good example of getting screwed in a divorce. Falling ice kills a woman just after she discusses mortality. I'm thinking she should start discussing winning the lottery. Former Springfield Sprinkler Company ruled total loss after a massive fire. What's worse, the irony that the company manufactured sprinklers and burned down, or is it that they were using their own equipment and probably have like the stand up? In Austria, a Woolworth, oh, that's Australia, my bad. In Australia, Woolworth shoppers in stampede for toilet paper as packs go on sale. $1,000 for toilet paper? Okay, I think we should start selling packs of toilet paper online on eBay for $500 a piece. We'll make a killing. Anyone who wants to do that, got me in. Say yes to Crack Night slogan kicks off Jumbo Shrimp's 2020 promotional schedule. As problematic as that phrase is. Jumbo Shrimp. Living oxymoron. I hate to be that. Calling you tiny, you know you are. Now they're calling tiny things big versions of tiny things, and that's just weird. A woman who fell into an open grave. Really? So this woman was at a funeral. She fell into an open grave as she was trying to sympathize with the person who just lost someone, and she gets to sue the city? Maybe I should be less worried about how clumsy I get to be in public. Staring at seagulls makes them less likely to steal your food, according to scientists. Of course, their food went missing because clever squirrels noticed that these people were distracted by the seagulls and stole their food. Squirrels. Thousands of bees attack police, firefighters, responding to sting report. This is not what police meant by having a sting operation, I assume. Newest Samsung wireless headphones has a new flat to fine feature. But doesn't that mean that if there's a pause around you, they're going to beep uncontrollably and ruin it? Pornhub wants to become your go-to place for non-adult content. That's like trying to learn meditation in the middle of a demolition derby. It's just not going to work. In Wisconsin, a woman performs a ritual on a dead possum in the road and tells it to repent, according to some police. I'm thinking he was immediately hit by a car, because he's been about to try to do a ritual over rope. IKEA launches its own Kama Sutra guide. Probably only one piece of paper that says, insert tab A into slot B. Repeat. This has been definitely not news for this week. All the news that I could find is worth mocking. And hey, if you still want to win that gift card that I have, you can enter a guess as to when or if I was lying. Somewhere in the comments. Oh, and constructive feedback is welcome. So, there's that. Thank you for watching. Oh, and the theme music is by Jaspertine, and the background music this time around is by Polarix. Thanks for watching.